does take place this time after failures in the past. They made the point that reform plans are about reducing the prosecution's excessive power and prioritizing human rights of criminal suspects. But can you remind us exactly what they entail?
Of course. Immediate measures to be taken include keeping prosecutors' dispatch outside the prosecution's offices to the minimum and no longer granting senior prosecutors private vehicles. Measures to come into effect within a year include abolishing the prosecution's special investigation unit, except for the three major ones, including the Seoul Central District Court, limiting the duration of questioning to 8 hours and prohibiting late-night questioning and public summoning. Chairman Park said that the party will arrange discussions with professors, civic groups, and other experts and have their feedback heard by the Ministry of Justice during the process to ensure a fruitful outcome of the reform. The special committee also discussed how to handle the fast-track deals on creating an independent body for probing corruption allegations involving high-ranking government officials, as well as adjusting the investigative power of the prosecution and police. Chairman Park emphasized that they aim to refer the bills to the plenary session by the end of October and mount an all-out effort to do so by the same deadline.
Kong Soo-jung, thank you very much for joining us on the line today.
Thank you very much.
Now, the time's approaching 7:24. Let's grab our international news bite with Kim Hae-young.
Here are your latest headlines. 3 scientists, including the oldest ever laureate, won the Nobel Prize in Chemistry yesterday for their work leading to the development of lithium-ion batteries, which have reshaped energy storage and transformed cars, mobile phones, and many other devices, and reduced reliance on fossil fuels that contribute to global warming. The prize went to John B. Goodenow, 97, the oldest ever recipient of a Nobel Prize and a German-born engineering professor at the University of Texas. M. Stanley Whittingham, 77, a British-American chemistry professor at the State University of New York at Binghamton, and Japan's Akira Yoshino, 71, of Asahi Kasei Corporation and Meiji University. China is planning tighter visa restrictions for U.S. nationals with ties to anti-China groups and people with knowledge of the proposed curbs, following similar U.S. restrictions on Chinese nationals. China's Ministry of Public Security has for months been working on rules to limit the ability of anyone employed or sponsored by U.S. intelligence services and human rights groups to travel to China. The tighter restrictions come amid reported heightened concern in Beijing that the United States and other governments are using such organizations to incite anti-government protests in both mainland China and Hong Kong, and would also be in retaliation for the U.S. visa restrictions against Chinese researchers and officials. Hundreds of black-clad pro-democracy demonstrators chanted "Liberate Hong Kong, Revolution of Our Times" outside the High Court yesterday as a leading activist appeared to appeal a 6-year jail sentence for rioting in 2016. The demonstrators wore black masks in defiance of colonial-era emergency laws banning face coverings established last Friday. Some 200 protesters staged another peaceful demonstration last night at a shopping mall in the New Territories district of Ma On Shan. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson is facing a new rebellion from his cabinet over concerns of a no-deal Brexit, with a group of cabinet ministers poised to resign with just over 3 weeks before the UK is due to leave the European bloc. Culture Secretary Nicky Morgan, British Minister for Northern Ireland Julian Smith, Justice Secretary Robert Buckland, Health Minister Matt Hancock, and Attorney General Geoffrey Cox are all on a resignation watch list. Meanwhile, British MPs will be called to Parliament for a special Saturday sitting on October 19th after a Crunch EU summit to decide the country's future. That's your news bite for now.
Well, it's coming up to 7:27, and we're going to be talking in much more detail with renowned analyst Jenny Town of 38 North in the next half hour about some of the questions I posed earlier, like why is North Korea putting so much pressure on the United States at the moment? We had this supposed breakthrough in dialogue, the meeting arranged for Sweden last weekend. and very different assessments from the two sides.